R. Rawson, the Executive Director for Las Vegas, and I'm here today with Jeff Graham again. And Jeff and I are going to talk about the survey status. It's a pretty important topic. And Jeff, why is that important?
Well, you know the old phrase, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
That's kind of the gist of it all. When we're out doing a survey, we need to input what we're seeing, and how that is input is its end result is going to come back to you in a presentation with the customer. So we've got to make sure that data is accurately input.
You know, over the years, I've had an opportunity to sell products. I remember one particular time where a guy said, "Oh, you got to read through this book and you got to know all of this book before you can go out and sell." Well, after going to sleep 3 or 4 times through it, I finally said, "Look, I promise if I go out there and I don't understand it or I don't know what it is, I'll ask." That applies here as well, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to guess.
We don't want to guess. And it's not like the folks don't have access to people. They can contact the executive director. You're available. We can get a hold of Bruce. We can get a hold of Steve. Our culture is that virtually everyone from top to bottom is available. So you should be able to ask a question of virtually anybody of what this is, including other folks that you're selling with in your particular market. So you ask a question and then you put the answer into that database. What happens after they've got everything into that survey database that's on the web?
We have a website, monday.com, that kind of tracks everything. So it shows up once submit is the submit button is pushed on the survey. You're done with it and you're ready for the process to start. You hit submit, shows up monday.com. Bruce Shaw, our man of many hats, will see it first. And he will simply look at the data provided. As we know that a survey needs to include pictures of the fixtures that we're seeing, he reviews those pictures and makes sure it matches up with the SKU that was input to see that it's accurate and correct, verifying it basically. And all the information in our spreadsheet that shows up, he just verifies that it's accurate and correct, including the incentive. And those things are all determined on, you know, the wattage of the lamp that was input. So when you mentioned, you know, just asking, we don't want to just guess when we look up at a fixture that's 40 feet in the air and just assume it's a 1,000-watt lamp. It might be 400, it might be 750. So we got to get those accurate, because that not only affects our pricing, but it affects the incentive as well. So it goes to Bruce and he verifies all that. And once he's done and it's all good to go and we feel good that the information is accurate, it then goes to the executive director of the city that is involved to review the numbers and to see how it looks with cash flow positive, to see how it looks with a return on investment number. And those numbers can be played with a little bit to make the presentation numbers look as solid as possible to make the best presentation for the salesperson. And then it's ready to go.
And it all begins with a decent survey.
Simple as that.
They make sure they get the right information. So the survey data actually goes into that monday.com program. And then from there, as my understanding, it goes into a program on Google Sheets that's quite large, but it's essentially, it's the algorithm that determines what the price is, availability, all that kind of stuff, so that by the time it actually produces the proposal, all of these things have been checked.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
All right. If anyone has any questions about the survey and what it says about the company, or would it be appropriate to do this or do that, your best advice is?
Call anybody. We are that kind of company where Yeah, you could call the owner of the company if you're out and had a struggle with something and needed something answered, and the most person you're most comfortable with, maybe your direct sales manager, is unavailable. You literally can call the owner of the company and ask a question. They may not know the answer either, but they'll direct you to the correct person that does have the answer. But it's very simple. You know, myself being the national director, I'm available. We all always have our phones with us. So unless we're in a meeting or engaged talking to somebody, we'll pick up the phone and answer your call.
And just as a note, in the login section on the website is a company directory.
Yes.
So all the phone numbers are there as well. So there's no reason why you can't get a hold of somebody.
That's right.
All right. Well, Jeff, thank you very much. I'm D.R. Rawson, the Executive Director in Las Vegas, saying thank you so much, and we hope that the surveys you turn in are the best you've ever done. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you down the road.